Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm in the middle of a bunch of stuff. Let me make sure that people can hear me and see me. I'm still having some computer issues. Hi, Vicky. Getting it fixed. My fixer has an opposite schedule as I do, so it's taking a little longer than I had hoped, but I've got somebody. Anyway, that's going to get fixed soon. Hopefully, the video won't freeze again, but I have a feeling it will because I didn't have it going for 2 hours. Hi, Kathleen, Candace, Vicky. Hello. So I just assume it's going to freeze. I'll just have to come back and we'll get it fixed. And that is the reason I have not been doing videos. I am feeling better. Hi, Michelle. I am feeling better. I'm still not 100%. I tried to do some stuff yesterday. Tried. My nose was running so badly. I was washing my hands every couple minutes, which is horrible for your hands. And because it's just nasty. So I finally gave up. And every time I stood up to get something, I was lightheaded and dizzy and I'm better. I'm getting there. I still don't sound the best, but I'm still pretty stuffed up. And I just blew my nose and my ear cracked. It popped. What does that mean when your ear pops? Anyway. Hi, Susan. Hi, Joey. All right. Yeah, it's taking me forever to bounce back. So I've not been able to do a whole lot of anything physically, but my mind, when it's not sleeping, and I was sleeping quite a bit, has been thinking about a bunch of stuff. All right. One of the things that has gone through my mind is collage, of course. But hi, Jennifer. I don't know if it burst. It popped really badly. What does that mean? No. It was just a few minutes ago. No. Anyway, I have been doing the get-togethers. Now I'm going to cough. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. I hope there's not a whole lot of that, but, I don't want you to have to listen to my stuffly nose. Anyway, all right. So we've been doing the get-togethers. And a lot of people that come to the get-together, and there's another one coming up in May. I've got 2 spots still open. Anybody that wants to come, please let me know. I have noticed that a lot of people that don't have a lot of experience with collage, they overthink. They are taking a long time to choose stuff to collage with. They are planning ahead, trying to do their collage in their heads before they even get anything down on the square. So when we're doing collages, in our get-togethers, I usually do a 4-inch square. I like 4-inch squares because they don't take a lot of time to put together. If they turn out icky, if they turn out horrible, you haven't really lost a whole lot of anything. Smaller images, smaller little bits to do collage with, they're easier to find. They're easier to replace. so they're easier to use without worrying about using that really special something, right? So I really do like the 4-inch, and I really like 4-inch because I can cut up a piece of scrapbook paper into 4-inch squares and not have any waste, okay? So I have been thinking and thinking since I really can't do a whole lot physically yet, or hadn't been able to. I'm hoping to get some stuff done this week. And I'm hoping to get some more workshops done for Patreon over there. Like I said, I have been thinking, you know, since I really couldn't touch anything physically, it's been mostly thinking about new workshops and what I'm going to do. If you haven't heard about Patreon, I do have a Patreon. It has extra videos and some workshops. If you want a little extra something, some workshops for collage, all you have to do is pledge $1 a month, and there's a bunch of videos over there that you can take a look at whenever you want, as many times as you want. So that's what I was hoping to do. Anyway, so what's come to my mind is, you guys got quiet. We're still here, right? We're still here. What I want to do is a scavenger hunt challenge, a scavenger hunt collage challenge. All right. I got this little fishbowl out that I can, hello, Christoph, put my hand in, and I was thinking about, and I think I might have to do 2 different bowls, one for backgrounds and one for focal images. But I really want to focus on backgrounds today. All right. So I got my a paper punch out here, and I got a little oval one because I thought it would be easier to write things on. And I had some leftover pieces of scrapbook paper, some cardstock. So I cut out a bunch of these circles. And what I've put on top of them, I've written different kinds of like things that you would use in a background. So one thing that I have noticed when beginners do their collage squares, I tell them to pick out some background images. And I have a great big bin. I put it way over on the other side, so I can't show you. But I have a great big bin, a plastic container that I have little bits of, I'm going to cough again, little bits of background things like book text and stamped images and painted papers, phone book pages, wrapping paper, neutral types of things. And I should have had an example. Scrapbook paper with not a whole lot of anything going on. Painted papers, some doodles, some stamped things, these kinds of things for backgrounds. I like putting things like this, puzzle pages. I love these kinds of things for backgrounds. Stamped patterns. I was testing out some stamp pads, and this makes perfect background. Hi, Norma. Hi, Sherry. So these kinds of papers, printed bits, but nothing. Oh, music is good. Newspaper is fabulous. Newspaper has images, it has text, it has large print, it has small print, and I meant to grab It's something downstairs, and I didn't grab it. Painted papers, but you want to keep your backgrounds fairly neutral. You don't want a whole lot of color because you are, security envelope bits. You are, once you start putting color to anything, you are pretty much deciding what color your whole collage is going to be. Here's some scrapbook paper, some puzzle pages, textbook. Let me just get some neutral things out here so we can see them. I wanted some other painted papers and some. You get something like this. Hi, Linda. This kind of works for a background, but it's kind of busy. You get stuff like this going in your background. It's hard sometimes to put things on top because it's not dark and it's not light. You put a light image on there, and I should use one that's actually kind of fussy cut. You kind of sometimes you lose your image. So when you're picking stuff, you don't want a bunch of busy background bits. You want neutral. And I have said this before. You tend to do busy backgrounds. I've said this before, and I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I'm still not 100% here. My mind is wandering. I've got lots and lots to say, and what was I talking about? Busy backgrounds. Gosh, and my examples are over there too. When you're picking out background bits, making a collage is like making an ice cream sundae. Everybody has their favorites. Everybody likes certain things. Oh, let me mute that. That was me. Thank you, Vicki. Everybody has their favorite ice cream, their favorite toppings, their favorite, their sundae. They have their go-to sundae, usually. My son's birthday was yesterday. I was talking to him. He does not have a favorite cake. Who does not have a favorite cake? Everybody has a favorite cake. Usually people have a favorite ice cream sundae. Mine is hot fudge. I like vanilla ice cream, hot fudge, and nuts. All right? Hot fudge, of course, is it's what I really like. It's my favorite, but I don't want to eat hot fudge alone. I want the cool, creamy vanilla. I want that ice cream to cut that hot fudge a little bit. So you have kids who don't even like cake. They like birthday pie. So, and everybody's going to have something that they like. Some people may like chocolate chip ice cream with strawberry topping, whipped cream, and sprinkles. Everybody has their own type of thing. But what usually happens with an ice cream sundae is you have quite a bit of ice cream. You have maybe a third of that amount of topping, and then you have just a sprinkle of whipped cream, nuts, sprinkles, and that one little cherry on top, just a sprinkle of those things. If you've got too much of that stuff, it overwhelms your sundae. And collage is a lot like that. You need ice cream, neutral ice cream. You need things that are going to make your toppings stand out and be noticed and that kind of thing. So, and then you just want a sprinkle of those types of things that you put on top. Nuts and whipped cream, sprinkles, the cherry. You just want a touch of those things. Those things can overwhelm a collage. They can, they can overrun your focal image. All right. So this is what I was thinking. Let's do some scavenger hunt collage challenges. And this is what I haven't had a chance to really think it out really well yet. I'm still working on it. But I have written down on these little, and I'm going to make tons more. Newspaper image. Of course, I have newspapers over here. Here's some more security envelopes, some newspaper. All right, so this is just an American newspaper. And you've got images, you've got text. I like large text. I like to, great big headlines. I like to use those for. I was like, why is he upside down? Do I have this paper upside down? It's the advertisement. Hey, Lala. And of course, I didn't get headlines here, but I do like bits of text, large pieces of text, so that you can break up the words and not really read the words. What happens if you can read the words, your eyes go to the words, and it may not be your focal image. It may not be words that you've added. If you can't read the word, then it ends up being more of a background bit. All right. Hello, Christy. So here is the United Chinese News of Florida. I got this when I was looking for Joss paper. And a lot of it is in Chinese. There's a lot of images in this as well. So I'm just going to put some of this over here. Oh, this is really cool. I really hadn't flipped through this. Must be recipes. How cool is that? Ah, love that. All right. So here's some images of some seagulls. You never know what you're going to find in a newspaper, honestly. Newspapers are great. Most people can get them without spending too much money. You can get them usually for free. All right. Newspaper, written letters. Now, I have been scrambling most of the morning trying to get all that stuff put together. Written letters are great for collage. Not very many people write letters nowadays, which is sad. And maybe for the get-together, let me put this out there too. For the get-together, please bring some focal images. We do the 4x4 size of collages. So, small, medium kinds of focal images for your collage. So we're not spending a lot of time looking for images for our collages. Bring some. All right. All right. Written letters. Like I said, not very many people write letters anymore. I have a few from my great-great-grandfather, my great-grandfather that I have scanned and I do print out. But let's think about writing some handwritten stuff for the get-together. Just some plain, and it can be anything. It could be maybe a letter you find online, so you don't have to think about what you're saying. Maybe you're just copying somebody else's letter or song lyrics or a page from a novel. It doesn't really matter what you're writing. And if you don't have to think about what you're writing, it goes much faster, I do have to say. Um, yes, I have letters from my grandparents as well. My grandmother has the most beautiful writing. I also have recipes that my grandmother wrote, which I have scanned too, and I should copy some of those out and put them in because those are fun too. Anyway, um, so we should just write out some stuff, just so that we can tear it all up and use in the backgrounds of collage. All right. I know a lot of people they don't even teach cursive writing in the schools anymore, do they? Which is sad because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So let's bring some written bits. It just on plain paper or, you know, coffee dyed paper or anything. Just anything. Anyway, so written letters, tissue paper, dress patterns, painted paper, tickets, security envelope patterns, napkins, scrapbook paper. Here's foreign language. Phone book, book text. I wrote book text a few times because that's my go-to. It is nice and vanilla. Scrapbook paper, patterns, newsprint, pre-printed papers, kind of like, where does it go? Kind of like a guest check, receipts, neutral. You don't want too much color. But a little bit of color is sometimes nice. It kind of breaks things up. Painted papers, color book, activity book, pages, you know, those kinds of things. Can you see that? This is a maze book. There's paint by numbers and there's all kinds of stuff. Wrapping papers, stamped images, doodles, music, circles, magazine color, which is, I had it, where'd it go? Magazine color. I like to save bits of magazine that have color pattern, things like that. I love to use this kind of thing in backgrounds. Just a little bit of, you know, neutral color with some texture. It adds stuff. So I've got that. Polka dots, a pattern, a watch face, printed artwork, and that can be anything, guys. Anything. It can be printed book pages. This is on deli paper, I think. Here's a page of a altered book that I did with a bunch of text on it. I printed it out on a regular piece of copy paper so it's not too thick. I'm going to rip that up and use it in collage. A stenciled pattern, a number, a crayon rubbing, a portrait. So I'm going to be adding to this, but this is just the backgrounds. And I am thinking that I might add focal images too. And what I have on my list so far, like I said, I was working on this before I started streaming. An eye, a cat or a dog, a butterfly, a tree, a figure, a face, a bird, a fish, an animal, some kind of focal images. And I was at Trader Joe's a couple weeks ago, and I found while I was checking out, I'm addicted to hazelnuts. They've got bags of raw and roasted. I like them both. And I eat them up, and I eat them up like crazy. So I had to go back. And as I was checking out, I noticed this sticker. Ah, so cool, so cool. And I said, can I have that? So I would like to I would like to use that in something. What I would like you to bring for the get-together is some focal images that you wanna use in your collages, focal images, and some written text, written letters, write to a imaginary pen pal, and we're gonna rip them up and use them in collage, alright? I love that sticker. It's like, oh, hi, Sandra. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some random collage. Now, I was going to do focal points too, but what I think, starting out, just to test the waters, I'm going to pick 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And I tried to get all the stuff here, but I think I'm missing a few things. All right. So what I picked out to do this collage with. All right. All right. We have a crayon rubbing. I'm going to have to make one of those. I've got a little bit of paper here. Tissue paper. Oh, I think that is one of the things I forgot to grab. Do I have any tissue paper? Looking. I've got some tissue paper stamped images. It's kind of cheating, guys. It's kind of cheating. It's kind of cheating, but I may do that. Book text, a foreign language, it could be anything, and a newsprint. All right, so I've got 5 things. The scavenger hunt part, the date is the 11th of May. May 11 is the next get-together. So I could combine a few of these things, but I want 5 different things to put in my background for this collage. All right? And I am going to rip that off and find some crayons. Metallic crayons. Sound interesting. And I've got this little bottle here that I got at the Dollar Tree. It has circles on it. I love this thing. So I'm just going to do some gray metallic crayon rubbings. The scavenger hunt part of this is I'm going to give you an amount of things. It could be 5, it could be more, it could be less. The scavenger hunt part is going and searching and finding in your stash the items to do your collage. This is not meant for you to go and have to buy things. I want you guys to use what you have. We've got tons of stuff, people. Let's start using our stuff, right? I'm making this a huge piece so that I can tear it up and put it in the bin for the collage get-together. So let me just do this crayon rubbing here. I probably should use 2 different colors, but oh well, that's what I did. All right. So let me put my stuff away because I don't have enough room to have everything lingering about. All right. That out of the way. All right. So, crayon rubbing. I'm going to use this as tissue paper. Cheating. So that's tissue paper. Book text. Let's see here. Book text. Just a piece of book text. I'm going to use that. Book text. Newsprint. Newsprint. All right. Do I want a little color or do I not want? Oh, I got foreign language too. So this could be foreign language or it could be newsprint. So let me decisions. All right, that is my foreign language. And here's a little bit of newsprint. All right, that is American English, nothing exciting. So let me get this stuff out of the way for just a second. I don't want it to go too far because I want to do more than one. These are meant to be extremely fast. We don't want to linger thinking too hard about any of this stuff. Got my gluing magazine. I need some glue. All right, so I've got 5 pieces of something. You can take your time finding your bits for your scavenger hunt. Find the bits. Don't take too much time. Don't overthink it. Just find the bits that you're going to use. And I'm not going to put them back in there so that I can use other stuff. This is what we're going to use. Now, I have cut out 4x4-inch squares. I like squares. There's something about a square when you're doing a collage. It's easier for your eye to take in. Sure. Oh. I don't know what it is, but I like to work on squares. But you can work on anything that you want to. ATCs would be great for something like this. Fun, fast, not too much thinking going on. 4x6, like a postcard size, would be great for this. Whatever you want to use, whatever you feel comfortable with. All right, so I am going to take one of my squares, and I'm going to give, see, I meant to get my phone. I meant to get my phone to give myself 5 minutes only to put a little bit of each of this on my background. 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. We're not going to be overthinking this. So I'm going to try to do this in less than 5 minutes. I like to rip abandonedly, like take it and just rip it. It gives you interesting shapes when you do that. That is too large. Ooh, look at that side. I like the big, see, I like that. And this is pretty much the way it is. I am going to cut it a little bit more round. It is on tissue paper, so it is going to kind of melt away into the background when I glue it on. But just in case, I don't want too much of this stuff on the outside. I don't want too much of that. Maybe instead of that, I should have grabbed some tissue paper, but oh well. All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Gluing, non-planning, non-thinking about it. We're not going to put the pieces of paper down on the background and find an arrangement that we like. That's too much thinking. That's too much thinking. We're just going to grab and glue 5 minutes. You only get 5 minutes. 5 minutes, people. 5 minutes. That's too big. Let me cut that down just a little bit more. 5 minutes. It's going to be done in 5 minutes. Right? And my pieces are way too big. I don't want to. I guess I'm going to anyway. I was going to put glue on the background. Sorry, I'm being a little careful because it's already ripping. All right. All right, so I've got stuff overhanging. Did I do it in 5 minutes or less? The faster you do that part, the easier it is. Hi, Ingrid and Missy. You're just doing a background. There's nothing complicated about it. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to pre-plan. You don't have to do anything, guys. Do anything. And if you use really neutral bits, your background is going to be much easier to put your focal points on. And I am randomly going to pick a focal point. I have a stamped image. Maybe, and I've got a bunch of focal points. Maybe I just pick something that will go on here. I wanted to talk a little bit about focal points. Focal points, you really do want to fussy cut, give it some shape, give your maybe a little owl, except I don't like all that blue and nonsense that makes that background or that makes that focal point really messy looking. If I were to put it on that way, it just no. So I am going to fussy cut all that blue off of there. And it takes me a minute to fussy cut. I'm sorry. I had planned on having these all fussy cut out, but time got away from me. Serious business. I can't talk and cut at the same time here. Isn't that horrible? All right. See how much better that looks without all that background? All right. So I'm thinking that my focal point really at this point is the big old face because it's large. And it's not supposed to be. So I think I need a larger something to put on this. I don't usually put things right in the center, but trying to cover him up just a little bit. So here are a bunch of images. Find something that will work on this background. Ooh. And like I said, when I do the scavenger hunts, when I get a few of them up, there'll be a focal point to find. Still seems too small. Not loving that. That's kind of interesting. I don't know why I like that. I'm going to put that to the side. But I don't absolutely love it. So let me think some more. He's kind of cute, but I don't like two faces. Let's see what else is in here. I think these are too small for what I need. I think I need to go to the larger bits over here. That's too gray. It just gets lost there. Don't like that. Oh. Her hand goes into his eye. I don't know if I like that. But maybe if I put them down here, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I don't like all this white. I want to see more of the background. So let me see if I can take just a little bit of this away. It's awfully hard because it's around her little fingers. But let me try. Kind of distracting me just a tad. And of course, I'm not going to like it once I get it all fussy cut, right? Because it's going to blend into the background. All right, got to figure out how to get her fingers. That last little bit right there. All right. Yeah, I like that a little bit. I like that. Not a whole lot of color, but cutting off their legs. Off their legs go. And let me just glue it down. It looks like we need just another something. Need a little color or a little, oh, something. Hey, Ingrid. Sorry you're buffering. Ooh. A little red. See, here's a little cherry on top. I'm thinking maybe that's... Seems like it needs a little something. Some color, some... A little something. Get that rabbit. Welcome, Ingrid. I like the way the rabbit's looking up into his face. Kind of do like that one. Maybe a little red candle. I like the way the red looked with all that gray. I don't know. I've got too many choices that I like now. Maybe a fish. Maybe a fish. See, I'm not supposed to be thinking so much. I was supposed to just do it and get on with it and do something else. I think I do need to make little tags for... See, I kind of like the fish too. You like the bunny the best? Looks like he's kissing the moon. Oh, it does kind of look like he's kissing the moon. Hey, Debbie. Hi, Mrs. Gigi. I like all of them, really. I don't know if I like that so much. Any size square that you want to use. I use 4-inch squares. The rabbit or the fish. I like the rabbit. I'm just going to stop thinking about it. I'm going to put the rabbit down. And I think with these scavenger hunt challenges, I'm going to do a number of background bits, and then in the challenge there will be one or more focal points to find, an eye or a face or a tree or whatever. I got to come up with more of those. All right. So, here's where the magic really happens. I like to trim because I do put things over the edge when I'm doing a background. I put things over the edge. So I do like to trim up my square from the back just to make sure it is all back to the square that I started with, which is it is not. It's got some stuff hanging off in places. So I trim. And this is where the magic really is. Framing it, making it complete, finishing up inking the edges, making it a little border or a little frame. I like to do this with black. When I do it with other colors, it doesn't seem to be as effective. It does just kind of close in the collage. All right. So that was supposed to be a 10-minute collage. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get it all under control. I'm going to put these little pieces someplace else. I'm going to use them in a different place. All right, let me get 5 little things again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did we get? Envelope, a written letter. Uh-oh. Wrapping paper. Uh-oh, that's another thing I don't think I grabbed. Scrapbook paper and a portrait. Uh-oh. I don't think I got a portrait either. Here's a portrait. It's a magazine image, but still, it's a portrait, right? So here's the scavenger hunt part. Trying to find all your bits. Scrapbook paper. Actually, I've got my fish bits over here. Probably be a good place to find some of this stuff. A written letter. I don't think I've got a written letter anywhere. I may have to scribble some stuff down on a piece of paper. Really fast. Do I have a piece of paper that I can scribble on really fast? Wrapping paper, an envelope, scrapbook paper. There's some scrapbook paper, envelope. I want something kind of neutral. Here's an envelope bit. So I've got envelope, scrapbook paper, portrait. I need wrapping paper and a written letter. Let's see here. I was kind of hoping I had a little bit of one of my grandfather's letters in here, but I don't think I do. I keep using all of it all up because I love using it. I don't see any of that. And I don't see any wrapping paper either. So let me put those to the side. I don't want to sit here and spend time doing those 2 things. So I've got another security envelope pattern and a ticket this time. All right. I know I've got a ticket somewhere. Should have put map piece in there. That's an interesting portrait. Actually, let me put this in here so I can use that. Security envelope piece. And that's a nice piece right there. And a ticket. A ticket. I swear I had a ticket. I want something kind of neutral. I don't want it to be really dark. I'm going to use that. I don't like the whiteness of this, so I am going to take my color duster and oops, that's too dark. All right. Oops. Oh, well, it is what it is now. It's not so white. That's what I wanted. Oh, that's just fine. It's fine though. It's fine. It's gonna work. It is going to work. All right. So what I ended up with is envelope, security envelope pattern, a portrait, scrapbook paper, a ticket, and I want a focal point. So I am going to give myself a tree. I'm going to do a tree. I have to find a tree, a tree, a tree. You know what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp a tree on this book page here. Stamp a tree. Put it up that way. Hello, Malia. All right. So there's a tree. All right. I should be writing these down so that you all can do it as well. All right. So there's my bits. 2 security envelope patterns, a ticket, scrapbook paper, a portrait, and a tree. Let me write it down so we can say that this is scavenger hunt number 2. Let me just make notes. I won't remember, and I'll have to watch the whole video all over again. Ticket, scrapbook paper, and a tree. All right. So I have found my little bits. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to put my little bits together. Only 5 minutes. This helps you to stop planning ahead, to stop thinking about where you're going to put stuff, to it really loosens everything up quite a bit. So let's just, I'm going to try to do it 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. All right. Glue. And this is too big, so let me rip that down just a little bit. And that's probably too big as well. I'm only doing 4-inch squares, so I really need to make my little bits just a little bit smaller. Actually, let me rip that so that there's not a straight edge. I think I'll like that just a little bit more. See, that would have taken care of that. I'm worried about this little spot right up here. It's a little bit just too big. There we go. A little bit better. All right. It's too big. And I need to turn my page, so I've got too much glue on that one. I can use this little bit to cover up that spot. And I don't want my whole face to be covered. A little bit of a challenge going on over here. Let me cut this off because I'm not sure exactly where the edge is. I'm running out of time. I know, I'm running out of time. Maybe I'll just use half a tree. Maybe just half a tree. And I don't like that little bit right there. So let me cover it up. Yes, you can tear your bits apart so they look more like what you want. I'm going to use all of this up. Little tiny itsy bitsy bits. Sorry, I'm on a time crunch here. And I don't know where I'm going to put this. Let's get some glue on it. And I'm just going to stick it there. All right. All right. Done. Done, done, done. I'm just going to throw that away. All right. Give me 1 second. I am coming right back. Muting for just 1 second. Sorry, guys. A little my runny nose. Hi, Carolyn. Yeah. So let me use my when you're sick, I don't like to touch things because I don't want to reinfect myself or anybody else that touches the stuff. Like, keep the sickness out of my room. I don't go in, and try not to do a whole lot of anything. Now I'm going to start coughing. I'm going to trim the back here till I really, really think I have to cough. Because I do put things over the edge. All right. So randomly, this is what I've ended up with. Your nose is awful too. It's it's just no fun. It's just no fun. I and here's the thing about this too is, it's great to do and that could be that's probably what it is. The face is the focal point. But I think it needs something over here. It needs it needs something else. So, with these little challenges, I kind of like the fish, but it seems like he needs to be looking at something. And I'm not sure exactly what that is. It probably should have been the tree. Maybe I should. Stamp the other side of that tree. Which side is it? This side. Stamp the other side of the tree. And put it over here somewhere. I don't know. Hey, Debbie. Oh, great, Deb. You like the napkins? I'm hoping to do some more of the napkin journal soon. I am not sure exactly where it is at the moment. Maybe a bird. Maybe this owl. Maybe. When in doubt, add more color. Something red, yeah. Something kind of like that. That kind of balances it out a little bit. And I think that's too red. Where'd that clock go? Yeah, I think it's, well, I guess it does bring out those letters or the numbers. I like the owl. Yeah, he does kind of look like he's smoking it. It is the wrong end of the cigar. It is the burning end. I think I kind of like the fact that he's looking at something. Put the clock on his head? No. No. Hi, Debbie. Debbie. So this is where we get stuck. This is where we start overthinking. This is where it gets frustrating for me and new people and everybody. You and this is what I'm trying to avoid. See, I'm overthinking, but like I said, I am still trying to figure this a little bit out. I haven't really had a chance to think about it a ton. And I'm still trying to figure out what all the rules are and how it's going to work and all that stuff. So I do apologize. This is where I need to work more things out. And this is what takes time for me. This is what I'm doing when I'm not making videos and things. I am working out projects and this kind of stuff. It takes a lot of thought to put things together, like the workshops and things like that. So I apologize for winging it a little bit today. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. Hi, Irma. Yeah, I'm still kind of, yeah, I didn't say I was done, but what that needs is a head, and I don't have my heads here. I have that in a plastic envelope, and it is not here. Let's see if I've got. Giraffe would have been cute, but he's too large. Too large. Do I have any random heads? A clock head would work, yeah. That looks kind of cool too. A clock head. Let's see. I do have my envelope with the watch bits. Let's see if I can find a small-ish one. Kind of want a brown. Something brown. It has to be kind of noticeable. These are too large. Way too large. See, this is what takes up all the time, is the search. The hunt and gather. It takes up a lot of time to hunt and gather. I don't have a beige small. Ooh, here's one. No, it's not the right color. It's kind of odd looking to me. I was thinking fish head too. Time's up. Well, actually, I did the collage in the allotted time. This is really the 6 bits that I was supposed to put down. It just doesn't look complete to me. It just doesn't look complete to me, so I was trying to find something else that would go on there. This is the collage, but I think it needs something else. And I was looking at these watches, and I saw a brown one, a partial brown one somewhere. I swear I did. Oh, look, there's a little tiny one. Fussy cut him out. It might work. But I saw a partial watch face or a clock or something, and I thought maybe that's all it needs. That's all it needs is just a little something over there. It looks blank. It looks like it's missing something. And that's going to happen sometimes. You like the cow head better? Oh, see, it doesn't work. It kind of blends into the background. I do like I do like, see, but this is not, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Even when I do the secret bit of framing it, it's missing something. So I will just leave it then. My time has been up. My time has been up. I swear I need something else. How about the rocking chair? I'm looking. I can't see your post. Say it again, Debbie. Say it again. I can't find it. You like the headless? I think it needs something else. So, even with the frame there, even with the inked edges, I think it's just missing something. You like the headless mannequin? Still think it needs a little bit of color. A large red number. Where are my numbers? I don't think I've got my numbers here. A large red number. That might work. Yes. And I swear I saw a bit of a clock. A clock might work too. And I do not know where it went off to. So I'm putting these away, getting them out of my way, kind of searching as oh, here's a red clock. Ooh, let's take a look at that. That might be it. Gosh, I swear I saw partial. Maybe that's what I saw. These back in the envelope so I can find them again. All right. See what we've got here. All right. Kind of like the red clock. He's British to you. He needs a red telephone box. Some of the same numbers that are at the top. Interesting. Do I have my numbers? Where are my numbers? I don't have my numbers anywhere close to me. But yeah, you might be right. All right. Where is... I'm going to put those little bits there. I'm going to come back to this another time. That looks interesting too. Hi, Artsy Marilyn. Yeah, red does do magic things. I do like the red rocking chair, but I think it needs to be just a little larger and not quite so white. Yeah, I'm overthinking. And part of my overthinking is the fact that I don't have what I would like to use. I would like to look at the numbers. I think that would be a good thing to look at. So let me just put this stuff on top of it. Set this stuff to the side. Moving on to the next one. All right. Put that over there. All right. Next one. All right. The focal image is going to be Focal image. Let's find a focal image. Let's find a focal image. A stamped image. A stamped image for the focal. There was a tree right there. A stamped image. Vicki. Hi, Patricia. We'll use that for the focal point. A stamped image is the first thing. Stamped image. I'm writing these down. Stamped image. And let's do 6. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A pre-printed paper, like a guest check. I had a little bit of a yellow one of those. Where did I put that? Right here. Printed artwork. All right. Printed out artwork. I've got that one bit of, I'm going to use this. This is printed. I'm going to use a bit of that. I'm just going to cut off I'm going to tear off a little bit of that. So that's printed artwork. A watch face. How funny is that? A watch face. Let's get a semi-large one out. Let's see. I want a nice looking one. It's got blue in it. It's got too many divots in it. A big one? Let's use a big one. All right. Putting the rest of them back. A napkin. All right. Napkin, napkin, napkin. I got my bits of napkin here. Got yellow going on. So let me use a little bit of this flower, I think. All right. Napkin. Newspaper image. A newspaper image. I had those birds. It might be too big, though, for my square. But I do like it. I do like it. Let me cut that. Newspaper image and scrapbook paper. Let's see here. Scrapbook paper. I've got another little place for scrapbook paper, don't I? I don't. Where happened to my scrapbook paper basket? It is missing in action here. And I am dumping things all over the place. Painted papers, napkins. Why do I have 2 napkin baskets? Because one of these is scrapbook paper. That's why. confusing myself. All right, scrapbook paper, a bit of scrapbook paper. Maybe that's kind of cool. Just a little bit of that one. All right. Do I like the looks of everything together? And nothing really draws my eye. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it this time without going over 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hey, killer. 5 minutes. Get my stuff out of the way. These are the things I need to use. Here's my square, my glue. Those are a lot of very large bits. Very, very large bits. So I'm probably going to have to tear things down. All right, 5 minutes. Starting now. 5 minutes. All right. Kind of want him on the top, so I'm going to fussy cut or fussy tear him into a little bit of a shape. I'm going to put that down. Tear this down size-wise just a little bit because it's huge. And this needs to be chopped off. I'll chop it off at the end. And the clock. My things are way too big, is my problem. Way, way too big. And the napkin, just have to use just a little bit of this. And it can go over the top where I need it. That can kind of go over the top as well. And I need some smaller bits is what I need. That is what I need. All right, so let's put cutting this off. That little white bit there. Putting it down in the background. Putting that yellow bit somewhere on the edge. I got glue all over that. And I'm having trouble. Both of these things are just way too big. Which one do I want on top? I think I want the birds on top. Which one do I want covered? Because one of them's getting covered. Put him on the edge. He's living on the edge. Birds down. bit of clock. And my bit of napkin. Rip that off. Got glue on my hands. Maybe just a little bit smaller. I don't need that blue there. It's adding too much of another color. So I'm just going to put it there. Okay, glue all over my hands. I am going to add a little bit of glue just to the square and then add the napkin. So then I don't have to worry about being delicate with that napkin. Do I want any more of that napkin? Kind of do. But no, not really. I'm going to put it there. Got too many straight edges right there. I think I need to blend them in just a little bit. So I'm going to do that. All right. Did I do it? Did I do it? 28. I think I went just a little bit over, but technical difficulties. All right. And my glue is still wet in places where I put it. A little bit of glue there. All right. So that's funny. Let me trim it up so we can kind of see what was going on here. And you know, this is just a random collage thing. They're not all going to be really cool. They're not going to be all masterpieces. They're not going to be, we're not going to want to keep all of them. Some of them are just kind of, they're just practice. Practice to see what we like, what we don't like, what works, what doesn't work. That kind of thing. I kind of want to put a little bit more of the clock someplace else. Just a little, but yeah, it's too much. It's too much. And here's some cool little bits that I can use someplace else. And then the magic. Let's frame it up. Oh, I gotta trim that off too. Let's frame it up. See if that helps it at all. The magic step. All right. You see, this one seems like it needs a little something too. I'm going to need to get in focus here so you can actually see it. And these kinds of things are, it's a good jumping off point. So, you guys. Oh dear, oh dear. So these, they may not be completely finished when you get done with your your scavenger hunt bits. Let me put that back in with the napkins. But it gives you a starting out point. It gives you something to work with. You may need to add something more to it, you know? Are you doing this, Candace? So we've got time for at least one more. At least one more. There's that little watch. I'm going to pop these back into my watch face envelope so that I can find them and when I'm looking for them. All right. And I'm popping those into one of my baskets. All right. We want something different this time. For a focal point, let's try a bird. Do I have a bird somewhere? A bird. I'll have to find a bird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 should be enough. Let's see what we've got. Circles. A number. Didn't I have problems finding a number before? Polka dots. A pattern. And a stamped image. We've got lots of stamped images going on. Picked out some stamped images over here. I'm really attracted to this face today. Maybe I should pick out something else. And a bird. And a bird. And a bird. Where's a bird? A bird. Do I have a fussy cut bird? Please say that I do. Let's see here. Not seeing a bird. Oh, here's an owl. That's a bird. Oh, here's another bird. Kind of wanted a large-ish bird. Not huge, but there's a rooster. Something kind of large. Let me pick one of those 3. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Bird. A stamped image. I'm going to go with that one. I don't know why I keep going for the same stamped face. It's a half moon. Oh, you know how long it took me to cut those babies out? These are my babies. These are things that I found very interesting. This one can go someplace else. These are things that didn't work for what I thought they were going to work for and got put into the... I wonder how many images are actually in here. A couple hundred at least. No, I'm not selling them. No, 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 no. All right. All right. Circles. Which bird do I want? Let's just put the birds up here. I'm going to choose the bird after. This stamped image, I had stamped out some circles. Where did I put that paper? There it is. Some circles. I'm just going to use that little bit, part of this little bit, that little bit. I have to remember, I'm only doing 4-inch squares. Okay, so that's circles, stamped images, a number. Do I have a number somewhere? And a pattern. Oh, here's tissue paper. Now I find the stupid tissue paper. A number and a pattern. That's a pattern. A number, a number, a number. Oh, there's a number. And polka dots. Polka dots. Those are polka dots, right? We can call those polka dots. All right. I'm going to call those polka dots, because I don't think I've got any polka dots. Don't need tissue paper. I do need a number. We use that number. I'm pulling this one out. I think I need a larger number for this. I want a large number. A large number. Where would I have a large number? Maybe I've got polka dots in here that I would like better. Polka dots and a number. Polka dots and a number. Polka dots and a number. So anyway, we're kind of running out of time here. And I haven't found my bits. Ooh, those circles are cool too. Let me pull those out. Polka dots and a number. Ooh, here's some polka dots. A number, a number. There's another bit of polka dots. I'm going to pull out a few things. There's some numbers. I'm going to pull out a few things just so I can choose from a couple of things. Those are polka dots too. Why can't I find any numbers? Those are some numbers. Not really what I had in mind. But that's what the whole thing is all about. There's some written out numbers. All right. I'm not seeing anything else in there. All right. So, polka dots. There's the numbers. I kind of like the neutral bit of this one. So I'm going to pick those for numbers. Put that back. I'm not going to use that. Polka dots. Polka dots. I think I'm going to use those polka dots. Stamped image. Circles. This looks a little too crazy to me for this. So I'm thinking I'm going to use just a little bit of that. Keep in mind that my square is only 4 inches square. This was my pattern. Circles, pattern, stamped image, and a bird. I'm thinking that that bird will be good, so putting those back. Putting those away. Getting a square out. And 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Don't think too much. Actually, let me put this one on first. And I was going to suggest a few other things, but I will wait and do that in a video. How to do some random backgrounds without thinking about it too much. I wanted that up a little bit more. Why does it keep moving? All right. That down there. Feels like this needs to be ripped just a little bit. Probably needed to be ripped the other way. Just don't like the straight edge. And there's glue on my fingers, which is taking me longer to fix this the way I want it. All right. So I'm going to put that down there. That. This is a napkin, so I need to take the backing off of it. And I've got glue everywhere. I am just going to put it right up in here. Oh, I like the way that napkin is see-through, and I can see my numbers through it. And then my feet here look a little strange, so let me give it just a little bit more shape. And putting that down. And I've ended up with 2 focal points again. Which is fine. All right. All right. Did I do that in 5 minutes? Hi, Carla. Nice to see you. Okay, let me throw these little bits away. And my wet one is all dried up, so I can't get the glue off my fingers. Oh well. I am going to trim the back. I don't even know what number we're on. What number is this? I guess it's number 4. Scavenger hunt. It really does just open up things. It makes you stop planning so much. And I like that little piece right there. I want to use that on something. Well, polka dots are pretty cool too. I've got some glue there. It's a little bit of water on my finger, maybe. Get that off. Scrub it off. There we go. That's better. All right. And I want to put an edge on it. And with this, you don't have to cover up the entire square. Just because I was doing that, I needed some smaller bits so that I could use the square and then, leave some of the background as background. So here I am trying to do another one really, really fast. You don't have to cover everything. What were my prompts? Polka dots, pattern, stamped image. You could actually, do I have a polka dot stencil? I know I do. Can I get my hands on it really fast? I want blue. That's green. That's too dark. But that might work. All right. Where are my sponges at? Oh dear, oh dear. I've been moving things around and haven't used this in a while. So I don't know where my sponges are. There's my sponges. All right. So I'm just going to put the polka dots right there on the background. And some blue. Like that. All right. And a number. I'm going to glue the stamped image down. Right there. Pattern. Okay, this is making me slow. I think I'd be able to get the back off the thing fast with glue on my fingers, right? You'd think. Hi, Elaine. But that one layer does not want to come off. There it is. There it is. All right. So I am just going to put that pattern there. Circles. I am using an old dried up stamp pad, so my circles are not really, really dark. So there's my circles, a number, a number, a number, a number. I am going to pick a number 3. I'm just going to stamp a 3 and add this owl. See, this is how it's supposed to be done. All right, trim off the back. And ink the edges. So I've got 2 of the same number here, using almost the same exact things. All right. And that's what we end up with. So, we've got 2 for this one. I kind of like this one the best. So there's something to be said for not thinking about it, just doing it, just doing it as fast as you can, not overthinking, just going for it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. There's something about that one that I hardly took any time at all to do. There's just something about it. So, and like I said, sometimes this one, it just needs something else. So I'm going to have to search for just something else to put on there. It doesn't look complete to me. It just needs something else. This one might also need something. And so doing it this way really, really helps. And I do have I know we're out of time, but there's another way to do the random collage backgrounds. All right. Taking a piece of scrapbook paper, hi Patricia, that you really don't like. This one is from a paper pad, our family tree, and it's this. I'm not going to use this for anything, but it's a nice piece of paper. There's no reason that since I'm not going to use it as a printed something, that I can't just use it as a background. Put some vanilla ice cream, bland, neutral, book pages on top of it in the places that I don't want to see. Cut this up into 4-inch squares, and then you've got random backgrounds to do other stuff. All right. this is really an easy way to do backgrounds. And you can do it also by picking out, the prompts. Let me put these prompts together so that I remember what I did with the last one, with the bird. So I can write them down and put them in the group. I will probably do another photo album type thing and add the scavenger hunt collage challenges in a photo album so that you guys can do the challenges and I can see what happens and what you come up with and all of that neato good stuff. So thanks everyone for spending some and doing a background like this takes little or no time at all. You cut it up. It's a wonderful way to make random backgrounds. You're not planning what the background's going to look like. It's going to be random. You can kind of picture where things are going to go, but when you cut it up, it makes it completely different. And you can add scrapbook paper and, envelopes and painted papers and stuff to this and have really good background bits. So thank you all for spending time with me. Sorry it's taken me so long to get back into the swing of things. The get-together is May 11th. If you want more workshops that are kind of on this level but more structured, because this one I'm still kind of working out the kinks, go visit my Patreon page. Just $1 a month, and you get access to some process videos, some projects that I do only on Patreon, and some workshops. There are a number of workshops over there that you can do at your leisure as many times as you want. You can look at the videos as many times as you want. It is a good place to have some extra stuff. All right? Thank you all for all your wonderful thumbs up. I hear you did a lot of thumbs up today. Thank you so much. And I will be back with some videos, some shorter videos when I get this all worked out with the scavenger hunt challenges. And I'm going to fix this. It needs something. I need to fix it. It needs something. I don't know what. It needs something. So thank you all. And I will be back next week, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, with probably some more collage. I want to make some more books. I haven't gotten a chance to make any books yet. And I didn't use my sticker. I was going to use my sticker for something. It doesn't go with any of these. So it's got to go in the video. Thanks, everyone. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching the recording if you're watching the recording.